soma Sauti Sol pia wao kuna wakati walikuwa vijana. Sylvia, I don't know where you are. Sauti Sol wakisema soma.
I was a baby, not even a child, a baby.
A baby.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That means that it is the first time you are interacting with the US presidential inauguration well.
Now, not the first time interacting, but actively interacting. You know, it was just being said, Shafi, the president, and you know, you are just a child. You don't follow on it so much, but right now is when you interact with it and actually get to think, how is it affecting me? How is it? Why do they call America a superpower? How is it my business that the whole world is keen on who is the next president? This is the first time I'm actually actively being part of it.
And imagine after all that, they're still saying America is back. America is back. Good morning, wherever you're watching us from. This is KUTV Rise Today, Biashara Tuesday. Na tumekuja kwa mpigo tena zaidi. In the United States, wanasema America is back. In Kenya, wanasema it's Uhuru versus Ruto Season 2. On the Daily Nation, wanasema it's return of sycophants on the business, on the Standard, and on the Business Daily. They are saying private sector loans growth shrinks first time in 22 years. We are here to talk about matters impacting you on economic development of this country, leadership that concerns you, and the international communities na vile wanasema. My name is OJWANG, MARIAM, mtoto wa MARIAM, Senior Warrant Officer 1, welcoming you to this particular show. Na siko peke yangu kama kawaida, kama dawa.
Anyango, Sylvia, and trust you that today we are really going to tell you how all these things concern you, because anything that touches money touches our lives. So that is all, that is what we have for you tonight. Not tonight, this morning.
Exactly.
I'm used to prime time. This morning. Now, not forgetting, we'll also be having a conversation on Career Week, and this year's theme is on Future Outlook, Careers for Sustainable Development in the Digital Age and the Green Economy. We are going to talk to you about how this year's Kenyatta University Career Week 2025 is going to impact you on how you can better take care of the environment that is fostering the green economy in the digital age.
Hii digital age inatupea vitu kama headline tunaona saizi, the Gen Z thief, that the recent rapprochement between President William Ruto and his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta has taken a new twist after public exchange of words cast doubt on their supposed truce, even as the former head of state's Jubilee Party ruled out rumors of a political deal. Hiyo ilikuwa wakati wenye mzazi mmoja alisema kwa wale wazazi wengine, ninyi wazazi funze watoto wenyu tabia. And then another parent comes and tells the youngest daughter, kale kadogo penye kanalindo zaidi, wewe unafaa kuwa nje na vijana wenzako mkipigania nchi yenu.
Kitetea, usikubali kuibiwa.
It is in that digital age that the Career Week is coming to shape careers za wale wengine. Tuna set standards zote.
Yeah, this is a period when everyone is afraid of AI replacing them at workplace. So we will be having much of that.
The debate on HR,
yes.
Human resource. And human resource akisema hapana, kuna watu tutatuma nyumbani. Kuna AI.
Yes.
Mtu wa kwanza anafaa kwenda nyumbani, si anafaa kuwa HR. Human resource ndio
resource cannot be replaced by AI. But now here on the standards we have a return of sycophants.
Exactly. You know, the kazi ingine. Kazi yenye tukiongelea siku ya leo hadi kwa magazeti, it's all about the return of sycophants. Na hawa ni wapya from the ODM, the Orange Party, yenye kisi governor Simba Arati anasema ODM will never be any other color apart from orange. It is when it comes to Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma. It is when it comes to Tiati MP William Kamket, Sirisia MP John Waluke, Junet Mohammed. And there is another mbunge here that we saw when the president was launching sugar cane bonus.
Yeah.
Na anasema for the very first time break history, same history na breakiwa kule upande wa US. Trump vows swift action as he is sworn in for a second time. We'll be looking at what's new that President Trump is bringing to this administration. Remember, he was there between 2017 to 2021. 2021 January ndio alikuwa anaondoka, and then President Biden came. President Biden has been a friend of not Kenya exactly, but a friend of President William Ruto. We'll be looking at all that. We are welcoming you to participate in all these conversations on our social platforms. YouTube KUTV Kenya, where we have a following or subscription of 72,000.
That is cool.
These are people who started subscribing as youths. Hatujali kama mtu ako 40, but alianza akiwa KU, because KUTV imekuwa since 2016. Kila mwaka tunapata new crop. So every number of these 72,000 subscribers, 80% are the youth. 20% are parents who come for graduation of these student youths. So they come, they subscribe, na tunaendelea. 72,000 YouTube, 60,000 Facebook, hapo KUTV Kenya bado. And kama uko Twitter or X, unajua US wanaita Twitter X, because they're saying free the bird, free the bird. Don't call X, call it Twitter. Hivyo tunajua. So wanaita hivyo hadi uko hivyo. Sisi ndio tunaambia no, it's X.
It's X, and then you add hapo nyuma formally.
Formally. So kitu yenye change ni KUTV_Kenya.
Yes.
Atujua Mariam.
At ANYANGO SYLVIA.
At ANYANGO SYLVIA. That is on X. At Instagram.
At ANYANGO SYLVIA.
At Facebook.
At ANYANGO SYLVIA.
At TikTok.
Everywhere is at ANYANGO SYLVIA.
Jana tulikuwa na msanii na anasema ako very active on Snapchat.
That one I'm not.
We'll be looking into that. Is the new digital age. So hapo hivyo katika conversation ya Career Week, we'll have more guests. Last time tulikuwa na committee member Consolata Wairimu, who is also the vice president of KU Toastmasters. So leo tutakuwa tunaongana pia na the chair of Students Organizing Committee Career Week 2025. Jina lake
is Eric Nderitu.
Good. It's a conversation yenye wewe ndio utakuwa ukipeana, wewe ambaye umekuwa ambassador for Career Week. So itakuwa moja blazing tena zaidi. So nataka tuingie barabarani. Before tuingie barabarani,
tuwajulishe which route to use, which route to avoid, and just help you get to work early. Usichelewe.
So kazi yetu ni kuwachanua.
Yes.
Kabisa. Thank you very much na karibuni tuingie barabarani na bit.
Now on to our roads this morning. Just to begin with, today I was coming from Zimmerman Road, and let me tell you, it was smooth. I don't know if it's because I was coming from home early, but the Zimmerman route, as of 6:36 a.m., it was clear. But as you proceed towards town of Committee Road, now you're on to Thika Road. That is from Garden City to Mathare, along that junction that is from Ridgeway Mall. Imeshikana, guys. If you can avoid it, watu wenye wanatoka Kiambu, you can use the other route. But as of now,
the other route ndo mbaya. Hiyo ndo mbaya kwa sababu mtu anataka atokee side za Bendigu pande hivyo, tunatumia the northern bypass. Kinafika pale hivyo DCI kwa Kamlima, kwa hapo hivyo. Hapo ndo imeshikana zaidi.
Okay.
Then unaingia hapo Pangani. Naona hadi kwa the other Pangani pia imeshikana vile. Extended gani.
Today is quite a good day because most of the roads are not that rowdy, if I may say, because ni mapema bado. Watu bado wana usher in the new president. Yes, so most of the roads are the traffic is quite manageable, but along Nairobi West Hospital, there is Douglas Wakihiri. That road is a little bit rowdy, so you can also avoid that road if you can and use other routes. In the CBD, it's quite a good day because things are moving swiftly, I must say.
Unajua hapo CBD in the next 60 days. Kuna watu watakuwa wanaingia wanapotea. So in the next 60 days people should be very cautious. Ukiwapatia traffic routes asubuhi.
Wasiseme sisi
Governor of Nairobi anasema all buildings must be repainted in the CBD in the next 60 days. Sasa kuna watu walikuwa wamezoea ukiingia hiyo town afya center Kalagani.
If you want to talk to me directly. You should not go through the corner. Sisi ni watu wa kupatane archives.
Na archives ni Kalagani.
Tunani route. If you get lost, unatafuta archives and then you now process yourself.
Archives, ukae chini kidogo, uload. Kwanza waombe Mungu kukuwe na mascot. They are dancers super pale na promoters wa kuuza simu. So it's always busy. Unakaa pale kama pastor, unakaa hapo unasikia neno la Bwana. Sasa hiyo wewe unajaribu kuload basi za kweli. Na last time mama wataka kwenda Kenya National Hospital. Enkom umepotea. Nakaa hapo. Na iko wapi? Iko hapa nyuma.
And then instead of that, they have also removed all these signboards along the road. For people like me, I'm so glad that it's imetolewa because we are blessed with height. So when you walk in town and you're bending. So there is that, and there's also the painting. So it's going to be a really tough.
Really, kitu ingine ilitolewa ni neti. Pale OTC, there's a building that people used to believe or think ni Illuminati. Juliuishi na neti always. They are green. Iliondolewa na kukawashwa mataa. Watu walipotea hii Nairobi. That's why it's always important to make sure that you're tuning into KUTV Rise every Monday and Tuesday because we ensure that we're giving you traffic updates. Tunakuchanua, tunakwambia Nairobi inabadilishwa. Use this route. Yeah. Pia weather huwa tunawachanua. And the weather today inasema bado tuko 18 degrees hapa Kenya, na ikifika around masaa ya saa 6 itaenda mpaka 24, 26. It's a pattern that will continue throughout the week. Kesho Wednesday bado highs zipanda ni 28 degrees Celsius. The same way Thursday 27, haitapita hapo 28, 27 for the whole week. Alafu watu ambao wana expect mvua, the weatherman is still reminding them we are on January. Kumekauka everyone, sio kwa mfuko pekee, so don't complain too much to your God. But on Friday something will happen. Hakutakuwa na mawingu, ni jua. So hiyo siku I can assure you usitoke na koti.
Just prepare yourself to chill and all that. But in Mombasa, they may be experiencing a little bit of rainfall today. Around 11 a.m. We are not quite sure, but the weatherman says they may be having rainfall. That is in Mombasa. Let's take a look at Kisumu because I cannot fail to update my people.
Watafanya ile kitu.
Because
Sylvia, yani wewe. Sisi tunashikana kama kijiji. Side gani?
That is Kisumu.
Kwenye unatoka huko Kisumu. That
I don't actually come from Kisumu. I come from Bondo.
Ndio nasema now that lakeside Mandulaka. Sasa Bondo. Watu wa Bondo wanashikana. Now let's take this Nyarbondo to Nairobi.
Tuwape updates.
Aende University, Kenyatta University. Atusaidie. The girl gets a chance to be waking up every Tuesday. Hadi amezoea mambo ya usiku, anasema good night. Na hawezi kutupea updates za kwetu. Sasa hiyo uliacha kama mwachocha, wacheni nitoke block. And we'll make sure we change the block.
Let them not crucify me today.
Right
now it is 21 degrees, that is in Bondo, and it feels like 23 degrees. They'll also be experiencing sunshine for the better part of the day, but around 10 p.m. they may be having drizzles, let me call it drizzles, and that is from 10 to 1 p.m. You may be experiencing a little bit of rainfall. That is in Bondo. Yes.
So Bondo, it feels like 23.
That place has quite a weather of its own because the cool breezes and the wells from the lake and all that, so they just have their own climate. And in Kisumu, they'll be experiencing sunshine throughout the day, so nyinyi msijali, you just
so
breeze.
So unaweza amka kunyesha saa 8.
Yes, it's very
how umeprepare, haujui.
Yes.
As in hakukai kama kunanyesha.
It's because of the convectional if you bring it a little bit of geography, the convectional rainfall, it gathers and then in the evening it's falling. So in Kisumu you can never be quite sure, and it's never a really, really dry season.
Watu wa Kisumu, you got it, wali ace. Wali ace. Now skiza, in terms of matters business, tunaingia business, tukitoka hapa hivi tunaingia news, tutakuwa tukiwaambia what's in the news, our headlines, and what's in the news, Standard, the Daily Nation, and the Business Daily. Kwa Biashara, Odinga family partners in 120 billion housing project will be seeking to know, that's the Daily Nation, will be seeking to know the project on a 285-acre parcel owned by Jaramogi Oginga Odinga family will consist of 1,400 houses, commercial premises, and social amenities such as schools and hospitals. That is on page 14 of Daily Nation. Kwa tukiangalia hii, tuulizane at what particular point will this government or the next give you such a partnership? Badala ya wewe kazi yako ni kutoa 3% housing levy.
You can also benefit from it.
Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, tuingia hapo hivyo tuangalie what's happening in the news. Now, on that segment yenye tunaongelea kuhusu news, you can still interact with us. Tell us what's happening in your area, what's happening in your community. As we said, Kenyatta University Television being the premier university television in Kenya, being a TV that is in the premier university bado in Kenya, top university in Kenya 2024, tunakwambia tunatoka kwenye. We are representation of you. Watu wa Bondo, watu wa Kisumu, when they see you wanajua lazima utaenda home. You are well represented, your people. Kwetu bado watu wako the same. So mahali yuko ukituambia through the comment section on YouTube, Facebook, or any of our social platforms, to make sure we are telling the whole world what is happening hapo hivyo. Those are the matters that will be informing them kwa next segment ambayo tunaingia mambo ya news tukitoka hapa barabarani officially.
That's right.
Kabisa. Kabisa. Naangalia saa yangu na it's 46 minutes past 7 a.m. This is KUTV Rise Today, Biashara Tuesday. Leo tumekuambia it's a special day where we will continue to talk about KU Career Week 2025. Every year, KU ensures that wanakupatia Career Week, wanakupatia a chance for the youth, for the students of Kenyatta University, for the students of high schools, for the students of other universities to come to Kenyatta University for a whole week, interact with business leaders, interact with corporate moguls, interact with entrepreneurs who have made it in business world, who have made it in other professionals. And wanakuja hapa wanakupe mawaidha mawili matatu in your own language. Hapo hivyo KU Career Week bado hao wanafunzi tunawaleta kutoka other universities wakuja wa benchmark. It's their time. Ulisikia Murang'a wako na benchmarking process wanapeana. So my MCA kutoka Meru walikuwa Murang'a wakajue mambo ya masomo. But wote wawili ni MCA hapa nchini Kenya. And the question that comes out is MCA wa county moja wanafanya hii kitu actually. Na wote wako na 5 years za kufanya kazi. Wewe umekuja kwangu kufanya benchmarking. Wewe kwako kwanza upige another ile ya kujaribu kuona kama itafanya. By the time inaanza kufanya, wewe ushaenda. Sisi Murang'a tushatengeneza shule. Na ndio maana wanakaa kwa floor, wanachora kwa mchanga, wanatumia matope, wanaenda nyumbani.
I think the issue is just most of our leaders don't actually take these things seriously. Like, they're not in touch with the ground, so when they're told, they think it's just a story.
That's why people like SYLVIA anatokea pale rais, mimi hata nikipewa shilingi 30 niko sawa, bora nikuje nikupea advice. Your people are lying to you. They are telling you SHA is working, but the real story is SHA is not working. Wanakuambia, oh, this is good, the new funding model pia waliguza, wanamwambia ina work, na yeye anamwambia hai work. But those who are advising the president are telling him ina work. Do you know we had a committee that had been tasked to take care of the new university funding model, to know its flaws, why it's good, why it's bad. Those people went, ate, and went home. No report. If there was a report, we did not see any changes. In fact, the change was the batch, the bands. Mahali watu wanafaa kuimbia ndo zimeongezeka, ziko 5. Unaweza kuwa band 1 na band 5.
All together.
Na when Bible inasema 5 zinaongezewa, hapa hivi ukiwa band 5 inamaanisha wewe ni mnoma, wewe uko hapa hivi una afford kulipa mabilioni ya pesa. So
that's a conversation that I think we will also be having on careers, because education is getting expensive and the selection of careers is getting quite hard, especially because of the cost of learning.
So unapata, because of poverty, there are courses you can't do. And your parents will tell you, wewe ni mwerevu tukataa, you can be a very good doctor,
but the fee.
But umesajaribu mwalimu ya bio ama mwalimu ya chemistry.
Because
so some of these things we'll be looking at them deep down. So last week I had a conversation with Consolata Werimo. Last year you were a career ambassador. That's why this week you will be having a sit down with Consolata and also the chairperson of Kenyatta University Students Committee of Career Week. His name is Eric. So it's going to be a very purposeful. Unajua Trump alisema we are moving with purpose and speed. Yes. Purpose and speed. So hii ni conversation yenye itakuwa ina touch mtazamaji wetu directly, those who are youth like us. And if they are not youth, because a lot of parents are watching, weka tu poster on your socials and you'll see comments and interactions come from parents. Na mtoto wangu, kijana yangu anakuaga huko KU, unaweza niangalia. And we are like, no, we are just communicators from the university TV. Kazi yetu ni kumwambia qualities zetu zile. Hata sikumwambia do this when nilikwambia ni do this.
I was told.
Wallahi. So Jenzi wana
the quickest way, the shortcut to success in terms of your career is to have mentors. That is the only shortcut.
The quickest way, or
the shortcut to your career prosperity is to get a mentor. That's right.
Some of business insights zenye zinafaa. Hizi vitu zote zitakuwa. But just before that, we have news to ensure that we're giving you. Our reporters have been out there making sure that they're bringing you up to speed with our news every Monday night, every Sunday night. Unapatana na SYLVIA Nyango on KUTV prime time every Monday to every Sunday. 6:30 unapata same news in Swahili, mizizi ya habari, and we're welcoming you to be part of us. Be part. Journalism is expounded sahi. Is what we call mobile journalism. Kwa watu wanapatiwa hivi na simu hii power hii inashtua watu, soma gazeti. It's not Uhuru versus Ruto. This is one vote and one vote. It's about us, the youth. Sisi ndio ground yenye wanaongelelea na sisi ndio the voice on that ground. So to make sure kwanza tunaanza na news, and our news zinaanza US na Kenya price na vile zinaendelea. Sikiza kwanza basi tu roll bumper.
Almost forgetting that.
Kabisa. Sasa tulisema kazi yako ni kunikumbusha.
That's right. Okay, now on to our news update this morning. We begin with the relationship between Kenya and the United States, and things are not looking good for Kenya with the inauguration of 47th US President Donald Trump. Kenyan President William Ruto delayed to give his flowers to Donald Trump on his victory in the United States presidential election. Ruto had become a strong supporter of President Joe Biden's administration, with his strong pragmatic connections with the United States having been marked by security cooperation, economic investment, and agreement in global concerns such as counterterrorism. Trump presidency, on the other hand, may compel Kenyan president to reassess his country's regional and global priorities.
Things are not looking good for Kenya with the inauguration of the 47th U.S. President Donald Trump. Kenyan President William Ruto delayed to give his flowers to Donald Trump on his victory in the United States presidential election. Ruto had become a strong supporter of President Joe Biden's administration, with strong pragmatic connection with the United States having been marked by security cooperation, economic investments, and agreement on global concerns such as counterterrorism. A Trump presidency, on the other hand, may compel Kenya's president to reassess his country's regional and global priorities. Kenya's military presence and intelligence skills have supported U.S. efforts to combat regional threats such as Al-Shabaab. This connection has also grown as a result of African Growth and Opportunity Act (AGOA) and the Prosper Africa project, which have strengthened economic ties and helped Kenya achieve middle-income status. As Donald Trump makes a return to the U.S. presidency, the impact will most likely be felt around the world, especially in Kenya, where U.S. connections have been important since independence in 1963. Kenya may strengthen ties with other nations, particularly the European Union, whose Africa development and climate programs are well linked with Kenya's interest. Kenya's Western-oriented foreign policies reflect strategic decisions that have resulted in gains for commerce, aid, and defense. The United States regards Kenya as an important East African ally, notably in counterterrorism activities in the Horn of Africa. With a more transitional foreign policy approach, the Trump administration might change the relationship between the United States and Kenya. This volatility may prompt President Ruto to seek a caution or a diverse foreign strategy. Trump's emphasis on diminishing multilateral cooperation may have an influence on existing projects such as PEPFAR and counter-terrorism funding. A transition away from the United States would require cautious management. The lengthy U.S.-Kenya partnership has been a cornerstone of Kenya's foreign policy, and Dr. Ruto would be careful not to fully alienate Washington. If U.S. influence in Kenya diminishes, East Africa may become more vulnerable to competing outsider interests. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
So, Nyamo wanaongelea kuhusu the ties between the US and East Africa now. Ukiangalia kwa executive orders zenye zilisainiwa, tayari zishasainiwa na President Trump jana. One of them is tax foreign countries to enrich US citizens.
And he really said that in bold. He said if you listen to him, because
no summary, no summary, na kimalizia akasema, guys, my legacy nataka nikumbukwe juu ya peace, amani. Bado akasema US policy, it is the US policy that we have only two genders, male and female, and they are assigned at birth. Remember last year, 2023, there was a time that there was the issues to do with femicide, issues to do with the people of LGBT community being discriminated, and they were asking for all those kinds of rights that they call gay rights. And it was something that was affecting the US so much. At that time, President Ruto, who had just been inaugurated in his own way, lakini hata nyezi kwa inauguration bwana. Ile kipindi iko pale US, hatuwezi fikia bwana. That time, alipewa 14 billion. Na kutoka hapo hivyo Kenya tukaambiwa High Court imenyamazia hiyo story. Kulikuwa na wabunge kama kina Kaluma, kina Waluke wakisema wanapeleka mswada bungeni against the LGBT a new shift or a new guard has been is in charge of US. So Trump vows swift action as he is sworn in for a second time. Swift action ilikuja na hapo hivyo anaweka tick and sign. Hivyo ndivyo tuko. Akasema mimi ni president wa US. Kitu cha kwanza vitu za US ni za US. Pale hivyo Panama. Kuna nini hapo hivyo? Imeenda na China, tukupea China, tulipea Panama. Kitu cha kwanza hiyo ni yetu. Borders zote kwanza southern border ikikuwa national emergency.
Yes.
See, everyone hapo hivyo. Kuna kuingia, kuna kutoka. Alafu wanasema millions and millions wa kwanza waondoke kama huko registered illegal immigrants waondoke na hakikisha.
So people should
Gulf of Mexico. Unajua Gulf of Mexico kitambo ilikuwa inaitwa Gulf of America. Akasema with immediate effect as per now. It is Gulf of America. Sasa hizi ties zote zita affect Kenya in one way or another. Hizo ni vitu ambazo bado tutaangalia katika newspaper review. But just before that, tuingie Kenya tena, watu wanakula miwa sana. Hebu sikiza. President William Ruto led a ceremony of awarding bonuses to sugarcane farmers from Mumias Sugar. The event was filled with politics, with Mumias East Member of Parliament Peter Salasia government projects claiming that the president needed to be told the truth. And as Blue Smile Hassan reports, Salasia family acknowledged that most of Ruto's projects were not working. Listen in.
Farmers from Mumias Sugar Company received bonuses for the first time in a ceremony led by President William Ruto held in Kakamega today. President Ruto continued his Western Kenya tour, which began in Bungoma on Sunday, accompanied by various leaders, including Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. President Ruto praised his accomplishments in the sugar sector, which he says is a milestone.
Hii kampuni lazima iendelee kuwa mali ya watu wa Kakamega. Na niliwaambia nitaweka usimamizi wa sawasawa. Leo mimi nakuja hapa kuambia hivi. Maneno ya deni ambayo ilikuwa imehangaisha sekta hii kwa miaka 60, bilioni 117. Hiyo deni baraza la mawaziri ikiungana na bunge, hiyo deni tumeifutilia mbali.
Today's ceremony, like many government events, was filled with politics. Mumias East MP Peter Salasia stirred the political fire when he claimed that President Ruto was not properly informed on the state of projects and even asked President Ruto to appoint him as his advisor.
Saka bwana rais, unichukue mimi, nikuwe personal advisor wako, unilipe. Kwa sababu bwana rais, hao watu wako wanakuambia ukweli. Wanakuambia saa inafanya kazi na haifanyi kazi. Wanakuambia new model inafanya kazi na haifanyi kazi.
President Ruto, however, disregarded Salasia's comments, saying that he was not after popularity.
Kuna wengine hapa wananiambia ati niendelee kupigiwa makofi. Mimi sihitaji makofi. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Kuna kazi nyingine itafanyika bila makofi. Si ndio? Nyinyi ambaye mnatafuta makofi, endeleeni kutafuta makofi.
Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale also raised questions on the new alliance between ANC and UDA.
I therefore want clarity on the way we are going to partner in the politics of Kenya. If there is clarity with the way we are doing politics as government with the leadership from Nyanza and the leadership from Mount Kenya and elsewhere, we want clarity on how we are doing politics with the Luo community, because we are an 8 million strong people who cannot be taken for granted.
President Ruto responded humorously, saying that Halwale, as a member of the ruling party, should be aware of the answers to his questions.
Wewe Boni, sasa sijui nitakwambia nini. Sasa wewe ndio kiongozi wa UDA. alafu unakuja hapa unajaribu kuuliza maswali. Sasa wewe ndio utauliza ama wananchi watauliza? You are supposed to know. Wewe acha hizo. Ama namna gani? Sio, si huyu ni kiongozi. Sasa chief whip ya serikali Kenya mzima ndio huyu. Anatembea na jike alafu sasa.
President Ruto continued to emphasize for the enrollment in the new health insurance share, promising to advance infrastructural projects in the region. He also stated that he is ready to make tough decisions that will propel Kenya forward. Blue Smail Hassan, KUTV.
Kabisa. So, ahitaji makofi ni rais anasema.
Living in Kenya is becoming interesting.
If
you're in government, you're not supposed to comment on government failures because you have the answers.
The president is not understanding how Boni, as he calls him, Boni Halwale now, is asking about party issues na yeye ni wa hiyo party. But he's honest. Sisi kama Waluya tunataka kujua how are we benefiting from this alliance.
Allow me to side with
ANC alikuwa huko.
Allow me to side with the president because
You're side with the president.
yes, because if let's give an instance, just a practical example. You have a problem with your wife. And then your wife on a family meeting begins to say, wewe hata wewe unakuja nyumbani late. How is that our business? Because if it's a family issue, Boni Halwale should have addressed it privately. That's a house problem. It should not be coming to Kenya.
Are we dealing with a father or husband? Niendelee nijue venye tajibu.
It's still a family. It's
So,
other.
let's assume we are dealing with the father. And the children, all of them are the children of this father. When you want to address the president, there are two ways. One, you can go talk to the president and the president apigia mtu. For example, when CS Muturi's son was abducted, he went to the president and the president called someone. The other way is you wait for the president when you home. Sasawa, ndio mwambie rais tunataka barabara hapa. I'm sure you've seen that happen. So, mata ya party na ni party mbili ziko hapo hivyo. Hapo kwa hiyo ni kulikuwa na watu wa UDA, hapo kulikuwa na watu wa ANC. Na wote ni wananchi. The president asked him, ni wewe unauliza ama ni wananchi? Mimi kuwa senator does not mean nimechange, mimi si mwananchi. And if mwananchi has the right to ask these questions, then why should I not ask the same questions?
To what grounds? To the benefit of Mwananchi or to your benefit?
I'm still mwananchi.
But you're still a leader also.
No, I'm mwananchi. A representative of, that is the thing that is making country, Kenya, go southwards. Because when you become a leader, you stop being a mwananchi. When you become a president, you stop being under that constitution. You stop being the protector of that constitution. You forget that you raised a sword to protect the constitution. And you start being class prefect of the constitution. Unajua kwa politics za Kenya utapata hadi si captain. Unajua captain kwa anajua gami by the way ni bazu. Lakini class prefect anataka kuandike noisemaker times 10. That's how our leadership is. Unaona? So wewe ukiwa leader na ukosaidia mtu fulani ndio wanakuandikia the standard, the return of sycophants. Who is a sycophant? A sycophant does not ask questions. We'll be looking at their characteristics. And ndio nikwambia why Boni Halwale was supposed to ask this question at any forum. Why should I ask for a road kwa barabara? Kitu hata wewe mwenyewe unajua. Si tuliallocate kwa bunge na tukasema barabara fulani ipate pesa. Why do I have to beg the president again to pay barabara?
Then I guess there's trouble in paradise.
What was so wrong? Wewe ukiwa CS useme mazee wa Kenya wenzangu guilty imeniuma sana. You know when the CS for public service mwenye anaweza toka alikuwa AG, mtoto wake alibadaktiwa, after mtoto wake kurudi, he never talked, he never said anything about that abduction. Maybe tungesave watoto wengi during the November and December, watu ambao kwa nini someone tolerated that? Hiyo conversation yenye ameleta. Kama mimi tunawaka na wewe na siwezi kuuliza swali, then hatuwaka na wewe. Wewe, you are just mimi na work for you. I'm your psycho fund, the return of psycho funds, how the standards are saying it. Even though equal, but
we'll get more details when we get to the return, because I really have a lot to say about that. But moving on to another news, Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano yesterday flagged off 12 students from Kenyatta University, Strathmore University, and the Boma International College who are heading to Dubai to represent Kenya in the 2025 Future Leaders Challenge Global Tourism Competition. The event was also attended by the heads of the participating universities, led by Kenyatta University Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Wanjohi.
From Kenyatta University, Strathmore University and Boma International College were today flagged off to Dubai for the 2025 Future Leaders Challenge Global Tourism Competition. The event held at the KICC was led by the Tourism Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano. The heads of the participating universities also attended the event, led by the Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor, Professor Wanjohi. The Future Leaders Competition is set to begin on 21st January and will conclude on 23rd in Dubai. Participants will also be attending workshops and get networking opportunities, which shall provide them with first-hand industry insights. Participants from Kenyatta University's Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, who won the prestigious Hall of Fame Resilience Awards last year, among the participants to watch in the 2025 Future Leaders Challenge. Participants from Boma International College and Strathmore University also hope to emerge victorious in the competition, which was previously won by Princeton University from South Africa. Blue Ismail Hassan, KUTV.
From Kenya to Dubai, from Kenyatta University.
Yeah, Kenyatta University is a premium university.
Exactly. That's what is happening. It's been a very long time or never mimi kusikia wanafunzi wametoka the other universities, they're going to participate in international competitions. Yeah. But in Kenyatta University, we've been striving to do this. We've had students going to South Africa to the motor courts and winning in that platform. Right now, we're taking other students to Dubai. Last year, we gave an honorary degree to the biggest tech company in the US that is offering hearing aid technology and those aids themselves, the equipment, because we are doing something. We want to ensure sustainability as of it result. That's why Career Week 2025 is important to everyone. Stakeholders means from students, pre-students, because on every Saturday, 25th January, when I was born, Kenyatta University high school students for a career high school.
Now that you mentioned that, we should not forget to mention that the corporate exhibitions and exhibitions go for 20,000 shillings, and there is 20% discount for Alumni Association registered members.
So if you are alumni association registered member, wewe unakuja unalipa 80%. Yes. Now ni watu wanajua what we are doing. These alumni, they know. They've been in the Chandaria. They've innovated. They've created things there. Kuna pesa ziliweza kupeanwa pia time ya COVID. Kenyatta University waliweza kuvumbua ventilator. Na ilisaidia sana. Some of these things we'll be doing to ensure hadi mambo ya health yote tunasuluhisha. But before that, tuingie tuongelee kuhusu health in Kilifi. In a groundbreaking milestone for healthcare in Kilifi County, the county referral hospital has successfully performed its first ever laparoscopic surgical operations. This innovative medical procedure marks the dawn of a new era in surgical technology, bringing hope for quicker recoveries and reduced complications for patients. Take a listen.
In a historic stride towards advancing healthcare in Kilifi County, the
the County Referral Hospital has successfully conducted its first laparoscopic surgical procedures. Laparoscopy, also known as keyhole surgery, is a minimally invasive technique that uses small incisions and specialized instruments, including laparoscope equipped with a camera, to perform surgical operations. The surgeries, which marked the hospital's inaugural use of this cutting-edge technology, were performed on 3 patients under the leadership of Dr. Adrian Park from Johns Hopkins University in the United States. Dr. Park highlighted the numerous benefits of laparoscopy, including faster recovery times and minimal complications.
An opportunity to bring a type of technology, a type of surgery that allows patients to recover more quickly with fewer complications, to look after their family, to go back to work, to benefit in ways that people in other parts of the world have been benefiting. And now it's time for this technology, this technique, this expertise to be present to serve the good people of this county. And with me today are the surgeons who are going to be leading this effort.
Local surgeons were also trained in the technique, and plans are underway to extend this advanced medical capability to 3 other hospitals in the county: Malindi, Mariakani, and Marafa.
Hii training ambayo inaendelea ya hawa madaktari wa upasuaji ambao wanatumia upasuaji mbinu ya ile ambao haina operation ya kupasua, ni kutumia instruments ili kuhakikisha kwamba yule mgonjwa anafanyiwa upasuaji kwa njia fupi zaidi na pia haina maumivu na pia anaweza kupona haraka zaidi. Hii inaitwa laparoscopic surgery, na tuko madaktari ambao tumewatrain kule Coast General Hospital, na pia timu ya kutoka Coast General Hospital iko na sisi hapa leo kuhakikisha kwamba wana follow up hawa ambao wameenda hiyo training na pia wanafanya upasuaji hivi leo hapa.
This groundbreaking initiative promises to transform healthcare delivery in Kilifi County, reducing the need for open surgeries and ensuring that residents can access advanced medical procedures closer to home.
Ambia katika supplemental budget tunaweka mashini 3 tununue, kwa sababu tuko tayari madaktari sasa wamefundishwa hii. Kama madaktari vijana mnaona hapa wameshafundishwa na wakilifu wamerudi sasa.
Anyango, SYLVIA, KUTV.
Kabisa. Hiyo najua ilikuguza mahali.
Definitely.
They are also calling it the keyhole surgery.
Yes.
Laparoscopic.
If you think about it, it's scary, but it's even easier. It's less scary than the actual surgery.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a number of people telling about their experiences. It heals faster because it's an incision they make, and then with the technology, it's kind of VR kind of thing.
So it's a camera is there, a small incision. Sio unajua kitambo ni kwanza udongo kuna anesthesia, ashike hiyo mwili afakatakate hivi, kwanza kuangalia ndio atoe hapa hivi. Sasa ni kashimo tu, kamera inapita, wanaona,
They do their thing and that's it. The good thing about it is that the healing process is faster, and you can go back to what you're doing. I guess it will be so good with fibroids and all these things that are the growths and all that. It's really a good technology. Yeah, we just hope that our government actually allocates funds, because they're saying they're looking if they'll have supplementary budget cut for the machines. So we are hoping that that happens, and it will be really it will be a good milestone.
I would say it's the idea that counts more. Governments come and go. Kama idea ni noma, hata government ingine ikikuja tunaambia this is the way we wanna go, na tunaenda, si ndio?
The future is bright with technology.
Good.
Now let's shift gears to Donald Trump. After President Joe Biden announced a ban on oil and gas drilling of most of the U.S. coastline, President Donald Trump quickly vowed to reverse it after he takes office. But there is one section of the California coast that has gained more permanent protection. Gary Dalot reports.
Nugent has been diving these waters off the California coast for nearly 40 years.
We've got some unique sea life. We've got some nudibranchs. We've got large diversity of fish. We've got sea lions in the area. We've got sea otters, we've got harbor seals, we have octopus.
Nearly 12,000 square kilometers of California ocean and coastline are part of the newly designated Chumash Heritage National Marine Sanctuary, the first to be co-stewarded with indigenous people. Violet Sagewalker chairs the Northern Chumash Tribal Council. She says it is a place of deep historical and cultural significance.
So we believe that all people come from these islands here off of the coast of California, and that our people originated from those islands, and that when our people leave this world, they leave through the setting sun and the Western Gate, which is Point Conception. That story has some roots in history, and it has roots in science, and the science says, you know, that this is where the mixing of northern and southern waters and western waters, all these animals come here, and it's a sacred place.
The sanctuary shields the area from oil and gas production, as well as new construction. It neighbors the Diablo Canyon power plant, California's only operating nuclear power plant.
After 9/11, they actually created a mild barrier around the plant where there's no boat traffic other than the scientific divers that are working there. But that whole coastline from Capitol Beach to Morro Bay is just spectacular.
Officials with the local Morro Bay Fishing Organization oppose the new sanctuary. They say California waters are already overregulated and are concerned about how the Chumash will manage access.
We keep hearing that the sanctuary and the tribes are going to co-manage this sanctuary. We don't know exactly what that means, but we do know that the Chumash want their special little areas off limits to all fishing, just them. They'll be able to fish in these areas.
Walker denies there will be Chumash-only fishing areas.
People have been living with national marine sanctuaries all around them for like 50 years now. So there's fishing, there's scuba diving, there's kayaking, everything that everybody does has been done in a national marine sanctuary this whole time.
The Chumash Marine Sanctuary may eventually include water around offshore wind platforms once construction of those wind turbines is complete. Jenny Adulo, VOA News, San Luis Obispo, California.
Bado US, tubaki hapo US, after Donald Trump is sworn in as president, there was a swirl of activities at the White House of about 6 hours. The belongings of outgoing President Joe Biden and his family were removed, and the residence was made into a home for the new chief executive. VOA's Dora McCoy reports.
The moment Joe Biden leaves the Oval Office for the last time, likely in the morning on Inauguration Day, the White House staff jumps into action, rearranging the iconic office to the tastes of the incoming president.
They like the Oval Office to be outfitted, what rug, what drapes, what desk, etc. Because that's the kind of the Oval Office is the first area to be sort of prepared.
Photos show that Biden changed the rug and some chairs in 2017 after taking over from Donald Trump, who preceded him and will also succeed him.
Thank you, Donald. Congratulations.
But it looks like the couches and curtains remain the same. The president's family lives on the second and third floors of the White House. Before moving day, the incoming president and first lady choose what furniture and art they want from the White House collection. By the time the new president arrives home on Inauguration Day, the furniture is in place and personal family photos are on the walls.
When the new president and first lady move in, they have their favorite shampoo in the shower, they have their toothbrush, toothpaste on the counter, they have their clothes hung up in the closet.
It all happens in under 6 hours, with about 100 White House staffers pitching in.
You don't have professional movers doing this. You have the resident staff doing it. So you have everybody pitching in, and these are not people that are trained as movers. They don't hire professional movers because of security concerns.
Many of the White House resident staff worked for Donald Trump during his first term, from January 2017 until January 2021.
So the staff really did like Donald Trump because he's used to having people around him serving him. And, you know, he would go around tipping staff in cash, you know, handing out 20s and 50s. And they appreciate that. They are not political. They just care about how the president treats them.
President Barack Obama hired Angela Reed to be the White House's chief usher in 2011. She oversaw moving day in January 2017, when the Obamas moved out and the Trumps moved in.
We have used the term organized chaos, but it really is a very coordinated operation. It's been rehearsed, you know, so many times, and on that day, everyone is just chomping at the bits for go time.
There were some hiccups, like having to use only one elevator.
The elevator was not, you know, to its most optimum, so I took responsibility for for an hour of the time, sort of riding that by actually running the elevator. There was an instance of maybe one mattress for one specific room not being the right size.
But the main challenge is always the time constraint, and having just about 6 hours to get everything ready to welcome the new presidential family home to the White House for the first time. Dora McClure, VOA News, Washington.
Now that is our news update this morning, and just before we go for our break, this moving out and moving in, a change of guard, and everything in between President Donald Trump moving in.
It's a clear symbol of power is transient.
Yes. And
sometime in 2021, 20th January, we saw President Trump leaving the residence, the official residence of the president, which is the White House, and he's coming back. In fact, when he was taking his oath of office, ilikuwa like, hii kitu tumezoea, anaambia Melania, Melania, Bible tulishikaje last time on, if just 45th and 47th.
Yeah, a history being made that he leaves office and then after a term he comes back. That
there
is
are
history
only
being made.
Out of the 47 presidents, there are only 2 presidents who have been in office that way. That you come in office in your first term, after that term, watu wanasema manze sio lazima, you go home, then mwenye anachukua ofisi anaenda huko ana relax, anasema tuliitisha tumepata, anasahau kile kilimpeleka ofisi, wanasema hey, we need mzee wa. So you know there were days he was doing wrestling. He's known for his business side. He's a very business. He has an acumen. His business acumen precedes him. Trump anapenda kiki. Trump ameoa a former model, so anajua showbiz ni nini. Trump ameenda WWE, so anaelewa kucheza nini.
He understands
But
everything.
Ndio kuwe president, they are used to someone who has a background in politics or military. He didn't have any of that. But in terms of business, judging from how he did it in between 2017 to 2021, he did a good job. That's
just
why
like we say in business, if you need to be a good business person, you need to know something in everything.
Something in everything.
Then after knowing something in everything, you get professionals on everything. So it's better being, you have prowess in everything than being good at one thing, because then you will have people to hire.
So you have to be a jack of all trades.
Yes.
Smart in working, smart in mind, smart in everything.
A good leader, a good salesperson, everything. Yes.
Could that be some of the things that excites you when you are in career week?
Definitely, because you get to interact with so many things, especially when it comes to those exhibitions and the public lectures. You get to learn about everything. You get to learn about leadership, you learn about entrepreneurship, you learn about sales, everything in between, economy, environment, how you can factor in, you can take advantage of any situation, your talents, and just get money out of anything. That is the most important part.
It's going to be a fiery conversation. A conversation that no one wants to miss. We have said that we have sales from sales. We have careers, all different types of careers for people who are seeking to join campus others went to do TVET courses, and now they want to pursue their degrees, they want to pursue their diplomas in the best university in the country. They will have a chance when they come to Career Week to re-evaluate and to do more research on what we are offering as a university. Ndio wakuwe na informed decision ya kujua now that private sector loans growth is shrinking or has shrunk for the first time in 22 years according to Business Daily. What else can I do? Kama hizo ndo vitu zinaendelea kwa nchi yetu, how can I be different for me to gain more in terms of kupata pesa na kupata maarifa? Sio maarifa pekee. Ndio maana matajiri wanasemaga bunda usitu advice. So you're taking a short break. On the other end, you'll be having Sylvia ANYANGO. You'll also be having Consolata Werimo, and without forgetting the chairperson, KU Students Organization Career Week Committee, Eric Nderido, will be on set. Usiende mbali, madukani, sekunde kiduchu.
Kiduchu will be right.
Adogo.
Yes.
Saturday, 25th January of 2025, the ever-entertaining, educative, and energizing high school fair will be taking place at KU Graduation Square. The event will start from 9 a.m. and will be live on KUTV Kenya. The event will be open to all high school students free of charge. Join us and learn more on the academic programs and interact with the different faculties. Public lectures on topical issues will also be taking place throughout the week, with corporate exhibitions taking center stage as well. The official opening ceremony will take place on the 28th of January 2025 at the KU Graduation Square. This year's theme is dubbed Future Outlook Careers for Sustainable Development in the Digital Age and Green Economy. Be part of us as we mark the 2025 KU Career Week Fair.
So my name is Ekupesh. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Indian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the cafe project, which is being hosted by Canadian University.
My name is Eva Hutowa. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili
bila uoga. Watu wana uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitatusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo haukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza nyumbani.
Hello everybody,
do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can food be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
Folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Ipo basi ipo kwani idea.
Safiri ananyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa. Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili. Hivi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili. Hiyo inaweza kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Starting Saturday, 25th January of 2025, the ever-entertaining, educative and energizing high school fair will be taking place at KU Graduation Square. The event will start from 9 a.m. and will be live on KUTV Kenya. The event will be open to all high school students free of charge. Join us and learn more on the academic programs and interact with the different faculties. The lectures on topical issues will also be taking place throughout the week, with corporate exhibitions taking center stage as well. The official opening ceremony will take place on the 28th of January 2025 at the KU Graduation Square. This year's theme is that Future Outlook, Careers for Sustainable Development in the Digital Age and Green Economy. Be part of us as we mark the 2025 KU Career Week Fair.
I am right here for your sake. Now, today we're going to talk about the beginning of a fall. But not just a fall, it is a fall never to recover. If you spend your time sleeping, na tumesema while you are drunk, your senses are sleeping. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. How are you doing today? I'm well in the Lord. I hope you are well in the Lord. First of all, I'd like to thank our Father in heaven. They say broken things can't be fixed, right? But that's a lie. Genesis chapter 3 verses 8. That evening, they heard the Lord God walking in the garden, and they hid from him among the trees. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whomever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Catch me right here only on KUTV every single Sunday.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo haukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
All right, welcome back and on to the conversation that we've all been waiting for this morning, a conversation on careers. And having the guests already in studio, and we to talk more about careers and what you need to know on this career week, or if you want to join us on the career week, what we give you the intels of what will be entailed in the career week. And also, we'll also be giving you advice on how you can navigate your career to prosperity, because we all know that everything rotates around money. And you know, when it talks about money, it can be through careers or it can be through business. All of that, we are going to be talking about that. And the guest in studio, karibuni sana, Eric Nderitu, chairperson, Kenyatta University Career Week Student Organization Committee. And also we have in studio Consolata Wairimu, who is a Career Week Committee member. Maybe to begin with Eric, you can introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Thank you so much. My name is Eric Ndiritu. I'm a fourth year in Kenyatta University, pursuing mathematics and business studies in education. As well as I'm fortunate to serve this year's Career Week Students Organizing Committee as their chairperson. And it's a pleasure being here.
Consolata?
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Consolata Wairimu Awero. I'm also in fourth year, pursuing a bachelor's degree in education. My subject combination is English and literature, and I'm privileged to serve as a Career Week committee member of the Career Week 2025. I am a lady who wears so many hats. I'm also the vice president of KU Toastmasters Gavel Club. I'm also a leader, a woman representative aspirant in Laikipia County 2027. Thank you.
That is very interesting, having the young people being part of the political landscape of this country. Thank you so much for making time to join us this morning. I was once a career ambassador. That was in 2018, I guess. Not 2018. 2018, I was not in campus still. That was in 2021. I was a career ambassador, and I remember we were told to come very early in the morning that day when high school students were coming in. And it was really a very good experience. This year's theme is on the future outlook, where Kenyatta University is delving in the digital age and the green economy. So what exactly is it that Kenyatta University Career Week has done differently this year, and what is the drive towards this theme?
Okay, just as you said, we had a change in theme, and now as you are saying, careers, sustainable development, and in the digital age and the green economy. This is now how we are now coming to highlight the emerging digital trends that are there, and we try to look for, to prepare. And when you talk about green economies, there are these things about green economy in terms of environment, sustainability, and so by that we have jobs that are emerging from such trends, and we try as a career week to expose the students, that is the campus students. We try to expose them to the future jobs that are waiting for them, because as we said, the times are moving, and when times are moving, also the jobs keeps on changing, and we must be able to adapt and be flexible when such a time comes. Yes, so we try to explore more on now the digital, now the future of the job skills, and we try to expose as students to become prepared for them when they await. Yes.
Let me just stay with you. There is this saying that AI is coming to replace job opportunities because most companies now lay off their employees. What's your opinion on the same? Because this is something you're talking about in the Career Week.
Okay, first of all, I think artificial intelligence, in my own way, it is, as much as we try to say at job replacement, or it is something that was meant to happen. Just as a long time ago, we did not have even the digital cameras or the rest. But as times are evolving, we find new technologies emerge, and we must be there to adapt and fully become aware of such, and use them, embrace them, and we try and look now that AI is here. What else that can we do? For me, I think it is a chance for you to think more, because now you find things that we could do with AI. Now this time round, we are using the AI to come up with more better and brilliant ideas. So AI, to me itself, it's an improvement, and it's something that we should embrace and not think as something that is bringing us down, but rather steering us up.
So to you, this idea of AI replacing job placement is just some kind of a myth, a misconception, or something that it should not be bringing fear to the youth?
It is not. It shouldn't bring any fear, because now, okay, there are some jobs that are meant, even when a company closes. I remember back in the time where the polythene bags company, the nylon, that when they said it has been banned in Kenya, we had that fear about now where the people going to go after they lose their jobs. But now we found out sooner or later now there was improvement even in terms of environment and how sustainability is at the moment. We find now we fully embraced. In fact, it is now a history of the past. So even this year is just the same. It is something that is meant to be, and we cannot do so much about it, but rather embrace it. Yes, and look it with an open eye.
Talking about plastics, let me get to you, Consolata. In regards to the green economy for sustainable development, that is among the theme of this year's career. To what is your take, or what is it that Career Week 2025 is bringing on board that is different, or that is going to push for this agenda of green economy?
Obviously, I think you have seen it all in the news, in the social media, the activists. They are all talking about green economy, conserving the environment. I think it's in everyone's mind. How do we conserve this environment? And we are bringing on board speakers or ideas, or how we can get into careers that are affecting our environment positively. And how do we generate careers from this green economy? Because I can assure you there are a lot of things happening, especially with the NGOs, non-government organizations. Most of them venture into this green economy thing, and we want to try and show students that there are spaces in there that they can contribute, that they can bring in their contribution positively towards the green economy. So we want to bring on board speakers who will talk about, because we also have excellent people who have been in that field for long among us, the guest speakers, and I'm sure they're going to delve into that. Yeah.
So if I straighten this out, could you say that Career Week 2025 is also going to be an avenue where the young people can get insights or entrepreneurial ideas in terms of how they can monetize the green economy agenda?
Yes, yes. In fact, that is the idea. That is the whole idea. I think for the past few years, Career Week has been an avenue where students have gotten jobs, internships, they have gotten ideas. In fact, sometimes you might encounter an NGO or an organization and they are willing to sponsor your idea. Recently, I saw a lady, I don't know whether she's from Kabarak, but you see that she's making wheat flour. I don't know whether it's wheat flour or maize flour. She cooks ugali using grass, you know. Yes, I think you saw that story. So sometimes we tell students, we try and tell our fellow students, please come on board for this Career Week. Because you might be having an idea and probably a guest speaker will be so excited and say that I'm going to sponsor that idea. We have seen things to do with Ecobana. So if you don't attend this Career Week, then you're going to miss out a lot. You're going to miss out. Yeah.
So to our dear viewers, this Career Week 2025 is also going to be an avenue where you are getting business opportunities. And just coming back to you, Eric, is this here, Career Week, does it offer opportunities that promote entrepreneurial spirits among the youths, like pushing them for self-employment?
Okay, I start by my own personal experience. I joined Career Week back in 2022 as I was just an ambassador, and through that, at that time I was just a normal student coming to class and going back to my house. But through Career Week, I was able now to realize I had a passion for public speaking, but now at that time I did not know how to fully utilize it. And through Career Week, I was able to now think ahead and how can I monetize my public speaking skills. And by that, I became now a professional MC. And right now I can say I plan, as much as I'm studying for that degree, my goal is at the moment is to become self-employed and also give opportunities to other people as they come up. So Career Week, it's in its own way, it is a place where you get a platform to, to nurture your skills, to nurture that passion that you have. And I can say, like, for this year, we are privileged to have invited over, like, that have already confirmed over 30 companies. And I can tell you for sure, but that 30 companies coming, let me say we are around 30 to 40 companies that we are still inviting more. That means that is a lot of opportunities for students to interact and network. And those companies, they are all range from health sector, business sector, when it comes to even the field of education, medicine, and all career entailed in all aspects. They are there in Career Week, and these are for students to come interact with the corporates, to interact with the companies, and by that they are able to get the insights. We also have even the SMEs, the small micro enterprise that are coming, and by that I think that will serve as a motivation to students to they can make it even without waiting to be employed, but rather having ideas of their own and implementing to come up with their own businesses. Yes.
You have mentioned you're planning to create your own employment. It's when we talk about self-employment or venturing into business as a person, there is this idea that tends to come on board that why waste 4 years in school? Well, the aim is getting money, and I can get the money without going to school. How would you talk someone off that idea?
Okay, I just give this example. For example, I'm a professional MC in my village, and I'm a professional MC here in KU. One thing I can tell you for sure, that MC there in the village who is not did not get the privilege to come to school. The people that he is going to network with is very different from the one I'm networking with. The people that I get the job from, they are the people that we are learning them. They are my peers. They are my professors. There are some people who I've met in campus, and they are the people who, you find other people who are really successful, and they see something in you. And, with higher education, you are able to be nurtured. You can have that thing inborn. You find even people inventing planes back at their homes. But if that person got a chance to come to maybe a higher institution, he will get the nurturement and people to show him the way and guide him, invest in him, and that is much easier. What I can tell you for sure is what we are all going to be successful in our own ways, but the school gives you like it serves as a through pass. Kama unapewa tu through pass, you get a through pass, and you are able to now steer up, and you get that vision very easily, and it is very easy to adapt because you find all diverse people are here, the best of the best. So definitely, even your skills becomes top notch compared to that person who is not well educated. Yes.
Consolata, how would you comment on that, ensuring that or advising people to get to school when they can also have the money without going to school?
Honestly, just as Tosh has said, I think I agree with him 100%, because being in school opens up your mind. You cannot compare one who went past Form 4 and one who just did the Form 4 and they ventured into business. You know, one thing with campus, when you get here, you don't know who you are interacting with. We have seen the top politicians. Most of them were either in KU or University of Nairobi, you know, one of them. Or even the top businessmen. They were in these top business universities. So sometimes you come here, you interact with your peers, and they become your friends. They are your network tomorrow. That in your network, you have an architect, you have a neurosurgeon, you have a journalist. Those are the same people who are going to give you jobs. So now he has given a very good example of someone in the village. So now if you are in the village, who is going to give you the job? Of course, your next door neighbor who is not educated. So I think the school, and especially in university, I would advise, I have been in teaching for long, and not for long, but for some time. And I always tell my students, even if you don't get to university, but try go a notch higher. Even if it's just a college degree, a certificate, a diploma, it opens up your mind in ways you cannot imagine. Yes.
So if we get this straight, your network is your net worth.
Yes.
So as you get to campus, you get to interact with doctors. You know,
yes.
The good thing with campus is when you're still in campus, you're all the same. When you get out of campus is when you're like, let me call my lawyer friend. Let me call let me call Daktari. You know, that's one good thing about going to campus, and it's really a good thing that you've mentioned. But now there comes a challenge where we have different backgrounds. People come from different locations. Like if you ask someone who has lived in the slum for their longest time about what career they will choose to do, that person will tell you, maybe go do plumbing, mechanical engineering, go work in a garage. If you ask someone who has lived in a posh neighborhood, that person will tell you, be a tech person, be a doctor, be an engineer, because the cost of education is really depending on the type of course you're doing. So in Career Week 2025, as you bring students on board, how are you planning to help students identify their niche in terms of what they need to pursue, regardless of their background, their financial background, that is? Consolata.
Okay, I feel that financial background should not be a limit to anyone. We have seen the poorest of the poorest, even going to Harvard and the top universities. It is possible. You know, where there is a will, there is always a way. Whether you have money or not, it is just the drive. And you know, when you have the drive, God brings in resources automatically. But now the problem is when you don't have the drive, you even chase away those resources away. So in Career Week 2025, we'll be having tents, especially during the high school day. And various schools, for example, School of Medicine, Pharmacy, Education, they'll be having their tents there. And then these students, of course, they will see that this is a school of education. Then they'll come there, they'll talk to the professors, the staff, and then they'll tell them, you know, this is my area, I perform in this subject, and then you are able to get career guidance. In fact, I would tell them, visit all the tents. Yes, because of course you're going to get wonderful professors, wonderful lecturers. They're going to guide you further. Yes.
Coming back to Eric, there is always a problem with, you have helped a student find their niche. They have joined campus the first year, the second year, they are doing maybe, let's say, Bachelor of Education Science. And then in the middle, they realize, oh my God, this is not something I wanted to do. Then they change. How would you advise upcoming students on the possibilities of them realizing that this is not what they want to do, or how would you advise them to have certainty on what they want to do so that they may not have these swaps in careers?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So I believe all this is the one thing that makes people, you come enroll in a course, and then after some time you realize I do not want to do this course. It's because many people they do not utilize. I recently discovered that most students, when you get out of high school, you do not take the time. You find like KU Career Week, KU like University Career Office, mentoring and career and development office. They usually organize a forum where they invite people who have just the students who have just finished Form 4s, and they're able to come and they get to network with now professors and lecturers from different departments, and by there you are able to know more about the course. People do not take time to research about the course that you want to do. Now you just come. I remember even myself doing education. At first I did not enroll as a education student. I came under a school of application and SPAS.
Yes,
SPAS.
yeah.
I came under SPAS. But now immediately I got into KU. I went ahead to the career and mentoring office, and by then after I just did some like two weeks, I was able to know this is not my thing, and I went very fast to the career office and I said, this is my problem. I don't think I'm fit for this course and I would like to change. And the university offers that period, that first semester, and I was able to change and now transition back to education. So I believe it's all about finding that, having that desire or interest to know more about the course that you're going to pursue. You do not just do medicine because you just had people who doing medicine get paid a lot of money, or people, a person doing law get a lot of money. You should take a moment and research about the course, know the trends that are happening, and by that you can be able to know, even when you are coming to campus, you are sure about the course you want to pursue. Otherwise, you just come, you just pass your 4 years, and you realize I've wasted my 4 years doing a course that I was not willing to do, and you start now thinking about starting again. But if you have passion for something, it should not be a barrier. It doesn't matter even the job, if there is a job or not. Jobs are there, but it's up to you to now commit yourself to become outstanding out of all those people around.
Actually, that is very relatable, because in this current age, you hear so many people saying that certain careers are useless. If you do certain course, they're useless. I don't know if it's because of the minimal jobs or whatever, but as I was talking to my co-host this morning, I was telling him that the shortcut to career prosperity, or the shortcut to any life prosperity, is getting a mentor. As having a mentor, Consolata, helped you in any way, like having someone to mentor you through your career, through your choices? Has it helped you in any way that you can mention?
Okay, thank you so much. I think I would love to add to what Tosh has said before I get into your question. Recently, I had a forum with Form 4s. I have a friend called Gideon. He runs an organization called Countersea Mathematics, and we were taking the Form 4 students, those who recently completed, through just a program to tell them now what next after Form 4. And I would tell them, soul search, do what we call soul searching. You know the problem, you finish Form 4 and now you think that you have all the freedom in the world, you know, to get loved. And we are not saying that to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend is bad, but I feel that should not be the priority at the time. You should do what we call honest soul searching. I wish I had done that in the past. For me, after Form 4, I'm privileged to have very good parents. They would tell me all the way from Form 1, we would love you to do teaching. And so I never did any soul search, you know, to reflect and ask myself, is this what I really need? But then fast forward, I remember after Form 4, my mom did everything for me, even the selection of the courses. It's as if she was the one going to school. I just received the news that I have been enrolled to Kenyatta University, and shout out to her, she's a wonderful mom. She did everything. In fact, even the hostel selection, she did everything. And now, when I came to campus, anyway, you just learn. But I tell my brothers and sisters, do an honest soul search. And don't do a course because you want to get money. especially now in Kenya, everyone is being frustrated. Even those doing the top courses, medicine, law, do what is in your mind, do what is in your heart. If you want to teach, if you have that passion, just do it. Regardless of the money or anything, pesa itatupata mbele. So talking about mentors, I think I have political mentors because that is what I love doing, or that is what has been in my mind all through, even as I am doing teaching. I use teaching as a, just as a stepping stone to get where I want to be. It is very, very important to have a mentor, even in terms of careers, even when you are in school, they keep you in check. They tell you that this and this, you're not doing this right. They keep you on toes, that you should do this. They have been there. You should look for somebody who has been there before you. For example, now in your field of, in journalism, look for a seasoned journalist who has been there. He or she knows the challenges, the advantages, the disadvantages of being there. So I think it's very important, especially even for campus students, because sometimes, campus students face a lot. Mental health, heartbreaks. So sometimes you might just be off the road. You need somebody to keep you in check. Yes.
So let's hope that you don't finish this course alafu urudishie mzazi wako degree, because most of the people who their parents do everything for them, they do the course, they finish, and then they take the degree. And take the, I'm not saying I'm a victim, but I actually did Bachelor of Education Science, Mathematics and Physics, but then I finished and took the Bachelor of Education Science, Mathematics, Physics degree, took it back to my parents. I guess I just thought I don't need mentors, and that's a mistake I made. So how exactly is Career Week 2024 fostering or pushing for mentors? How are you doing it? 2025, that is.
Okay, so for mentors, the guest coming in, personally, I was also once a Career Week ambassador before, of course, being in the committee. And there are guests who come during the HR forum, during the public speaking, even during the official opening. We have seen people going to approach them. A very good example is one of our committee member. Is it in Canada? Dan Musembi. Dan Musembi just approached somebody in the HR forum, and they started talking, and along the way, he became his mentor, some sort of. And the guy asked him, would you like to come to Canada for research? And he got that research opportunity. He has a grant of, I think, over 1 million shillings in Kenyan money. And imagine, he's only in second year. So, yes, he's in second year. So this is very, very interesting. It's a very interesting place. I mean, even if the person coming is a high-profile person, they can become your mentor in one way or another. Yes, the mentors are there. There are so many.
What's your comment on the mentors?
Perhaps I can add, even KU Career Development Office, they usually offer mentors. As soon as you enroll to campus, there is that application to have a mentor in the university. And I also remember I was assigned a mentor. He was a professor, registrar card, deputy registrar card. And through having a mentor, that person is able to guide you and show you the way. And the good thing about mentors, you just know they wish the best for you. So they also present opportunities, just like Consolata said. Dan Musembi was able to get that grant opportunity, but having that mentor, because the mentor is able to see you like you are just, he's somewhere watching. How maybe you are just like a child to him or her. So he's watching and realizing, oh, this person is going this direction. Maybe I can show him, her, or guide him towards that direction. So having a mentor is something that is very critical in terms of career development, career empowerment. Even you as a whole person, you get that person who is able to guide you and show you the way, rather than just having your peers around who you you just find yourself, you're just stranded, you don't know where to focus or where to put your energy to. So having a mentor is a very critical thing to have to do.
So this is to our viewers at home, that Kenyatta University Career Week 2025 is giving you an opportunity, is providing you a platform but the ball is on your hand. If you can't approach the mentors, they can't approach you. Like, they'll just give a general speech, general overview of everything you need, but you need to take a personal initiative. This also applies in life. Like, if you want to be successful, the initiative needs to come from you. You need to approach the mentors personally. You need to select according to your interest, according to what you want in life. So let's get this. You mentioned earlier, Consolata, that you should not go to a career because of money.
Yes.
But that's the essence of career. Because I wouldn't go to a profession where I will be broke the whole of my life. So do you think careers can make you rich? Like, not... No. Do you think careers can make you wealthy? Not rich. Like, careers can make you rich, but do you think they can make you wealthy?
I think one of the mistakes we do as young people, and that is where we lose the track. We focus on getting the money in our age. I mean, at 20s, 25, 22, now you want to be the next billionaire in a day. That is where we lose the track. I think fast forward, we should focus on getting the skills, that you should focus on doing things so perfect. And that is why sometimes you volunteer. Tosh can tell you that there are so many events, he volunteers to be the MC without any payment or any promise that you get a monetary fund afterwards. Sometimes you have to volunteer, you have to pay the price. But there, as a young person, I think money should not be your priority. Yes, you need the money, but it should not be your priority. Getting the skills should be your first priority. And when you look at people like Elon Musk, it's a very good example. Look at him during his younger days. I think that guy focused on getting the skills. Today, he's one of the richest we have in the world, and he's the richest actually. And he's now at his 50s. So that means when he was during his 20s, he focused, he geared all his energy in getting the skills. And sometimes you get paid millions of money just by doing something within 5 minutes. And sometimes as a young person, you not get anything, and you have done that thing for a whole day. Yes.
Eric, give us your comment on the same.
Okay, I think I will agree. There is what we call the art of volunteering. Personally, I can say in my second year, I always wanted to be an MC, and during my first year, I actually spent 1 year. That whole year building the brand and volunteering, acquiring the skills. I'll just say, I just have a mic, I just talk it out. I am able to make mistakes. People notice, they correct me, and with time I was able to fine tune. And I can say right now, the past 1 year again, I did 1 year of purely acquiring the skills. The next 1 year now, I was able to get the gigs that are now paying. And to this point now, I'm now widening my scope to now just becoming a professional MC, but now having my Tosh Entertainment, and a company that now will entail now the diverse niche in the entertainment industry, from a wide range, from PA systems, professional MCs, corporate gigs, event consultancy, and that just developed from one idea. But as you grow, you are able to now widen your scope, and by that I think, not having money, yes, money is a factor, but you don't just want to get rich overnight. You are planning. It's like you have what we call a blueprint of what you want your life to be, and by that you mean you have to sacrifice your first maybe 5 or 10 years building the brand, and now later on you can now enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because we cannot always just keep thinking about how am I going to get rich. I want just that nipate milioni moja just tulia. No, you must be patient, you must have that resilience, and yes, you'll get there, because people, when you talk about this, people have made it. You are not the first people, to be in such shoes. You find someone like J.D. Vance, is the vice president of USA. I read a story about him yesterday. He was born from a single drunk mom. Yes, a single drunk mom, and now he's the vice president. So the journey from becoming from one of the poorest cities in America to now becoming the vice president of America, you can see the journey that that person has undergone. So again, coming from a poor background is not a guarantee that you're going to be a failure. In fact, most of the people right now in Kenya, they are where they are very rich, they are very influential, and they came from very poor backgrounds, and they are the ones now offering mentorship to us, telling us we can make it. It doesn't matter the background. So yes, we are going to get there. We just have to have that resilience.
I heard this saying that the people who move mountains, or the people who have the highest or the strongest zeal, are the people who are pushed to the point where they cannot be ashamed anymore. Like if someone has been poor until they say, I will never be broke in my life again, those are the people who make big differences in their lives. So there are people who are such. Most of our viewers are always tuning in on Biashara Tuesday to get business insights on how they can be good entrepreneurs, good business persons, good salespersons. And you've both mentioned about building a brand, building your skill sets to build onto a bigger thing. So which some of them can't attend the entire week, the 7 days. So through the program, which activities or which days do you think are the best for people like that who are willing or who are planning, who want to have their skills developed or themselves mentored? What activities through the program are suitable for them? Let's begin with you, Eric.
Okay, so on Monday we usually have the HR forums. HR forums, they present, you are able to interact with your future employers, and they give you the insights of what is expected there outside, and by that you can be able to prepare. We usually have also the public lectures on Wednesday and Friday. The public lectures now, they invite distinguished managers, directors from different companies all over Kenya and possibly outside. And now they come and now they try to tell us, their journey, and they are able also to tell us how they got there. You find even we have career coach, we have career mentors, we have all around. In fact, if you observed outside the gate, we have that billboard. We have the different key personalities in Kenya, and they're the one to come now. They are offering free services, no consultancy. They come tell you, this is how I did it, you can do it, these are the steps that you are supposed to do. If you are maybe someone from the medicine industry, we have a speaker from that medicine career field. They come and talk to you about it. So my best day I can recommend, on Monday we have public lectures at BSSC. We have a HR forum at BSSC. Wednesday and Friday we have public lectures now at BSSC again. And we also have Thursday for Innovation Day. Innovation Day, now you come, you see people with projects that they have been working on that have been approved, and you can be able to get the insights again. And we also have official opening on Tuesday. Now that is now where you get now. This year we are privileged to have CS. He'll be coming. CS. Alfred Mutua, he'll be coming, and yes, and other speakers. So for students, we have campus students and other people. We have now from 27th to 31st.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Consolata, you can also take us through the activities on the week, and also you can even mention to us if it's open to the general public, because some of them are not students.
Okay, so I think I'll take you through. Career Week runs from 25th January to all the way to 31st January 2025. We have a high school day. So I think during this time, I think I would like to invite all the high schoolers, even those who finished Form 4 recently. You just go there and say that I am attending the Career Week. I think no one will have a problem with that. In fact, they'll be so excited to welcome you. And then we have on Monday, 27th, we have the HR forum. And we also have setting up of tents for corporate exhibitions. And then on Tuesday, that is 28th, we have corporate exhibitions. And we also have the official opening ceremony. And then on Wednesday now, we have the corporate exhibitions and the public lectures. And then on Thursday, we have Innovation Day. And then at the final day, we have the public lectures. I think I would also advise the entrepreneurs. HR forum is very important for you. Corporate exhibitions, and even during the Innovation Day, come and get to see the ideas of other young people. Yeah.
So thank you so much for making time for us this morning. I believe you've been really of great impact to our viewers at home, especially those who are stuck in life. They don't know what to do with their life. This morning, as I was coming to work, it was at 6 a.m. in the morning. Still, it's darkish. A lady stopped me and told me, "Naeza pata kazi." And I was like, it is 6 in the morning. This lady ametoka, she's dressed, ajui anaenda wapi. She's just asking random people, "Naeza pata kazi." So I believe this is going to give hope to someone like that they can come get mentorship or even get grants if they have good ideas. You can step in Kenyatta University from Saturday all the way through the week, and you can get something. A lot is happening with youths with unemployment in the country, and it's good. Even the Bible says that my people wanaangamia because they lack knowledge.
Yeah.
So let's that not be you. At this time, as we conclude, I will give, beginning with you, Eric, a final remark on what you can tell someone at home. And also, you can give an invitation to anyone who wants to join Career Week 2025.
Okay, I'll begin by giving a clarification. High school day is purposely for high school students. We are preparing and preparing high school students for their future career paths. So that is where we have set for basically all high schools. They are invited to join in. And if you feel your school is there, it is left out, make sure you visit our Facebook page, that is KU Career and Development, Career Mentorship and Development Office. And you're going to reach out to you and send you an invitation letter. Those who have finished Form 4s, we also have a day set for basically you Form 4 leavers that it is going to happen just in KU, and so make sure you visit our KU website pages, that is Facebook KU Kenyatta University, and they are going to send a poster with all the details that you are required to have. So finally, I would like to welcome you all to KU Career Week, all the campus students, all the high school campus. Make sure you just take a moment and go to those tents. All those events are basically for you to come and interact with your future employers, as well as to gain skills and to prepare you for the future. Yes, so karibuni sana, and we'll be waiting for you.
Thank you so much, Consolata.
Yes, thank you so much. And to our viewers, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Career Week 2025 in Kenyatta University, the top university in Kenya, of course, the very best. So here you can be sure that we offer the best. And just to make a clarification, it is not that we give grants. We are saying that such an opportunity can arise. Probably you can even meet such a guest and they are willing to do that. It is not that KU is offering that. We are saying that a guest will come there and probably they have such an opportunity like Dan Musembi did. He just got his luck, and probably you don't know that probably your luck is here in KU Career Week 2025. And something else I think I would like to tell the young people, because I am a youth leader in my county, I think focus on chasing your purpose. Know your purpose, and then the money will come later. You see, when you are chasing your purpose, when you are doing what you love, money comes automatically. One day, one time, money will come automatically. And of course, to my constituents in Laikipia County, I don't want them to forget that I'm an aspirant. I'm still in the ballot. Bado niko kwa debe. As long as I am alive and kicking,
Bado
niko kwa debe as a woman representative in Laikipia County, and I love you all. And I'm always happy to serve you. And to my family back at home, I like to say, just to send my hellos and to say I love you all. Thank you so much.
That is from Consolata, bado ako kwa debe. We encourage more youths to join the political space and take up spaces, sio tu kukua kwa street, also be on the decision-making tables, that is in parliament, in boardrooms. Get the spaces. Now we are taking a break. Thank you so much, Eric and Consolata, for making time for us this morning. And for our viewers, we are taking a very short break here on Biashara Tuesday. We will be back with newspaper review.
Starting Saturday, 25th January of 2025, the ever-entertaining, educative and energizing high school fair will be taking place at KU Graduation Square. The event will start from 9 a.m. and will be live on KUTV Kenya. The event will be open to all high school students free of charge. Join us and learn more on the academic programs and interact with the different faculties. Public lectures on topical issues will also be taking place throughout the week, with corporate exhibitions taking center stage as well. The official opening ceremony will take place on the 28th of January 2025 at the KU Graduation Square. This year's theme is dubbed Future Outlook: Careers for Sustainable Development in the Digital Age and Green Economy. Be part of us as we mark the 2025 KU Career Week Fair.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele. Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your idea.
All right, we are back with the discussion on the newspaper review, and with me this morning is this gentleman here, MARIAM. Welcome back to the show. You had been gone for a while. I'd missed you over those 30 minutes.
Hata mimi nilikuwa nakumiss, but as I was enjoying the conversation. I had envisioned how that conversation will be. That sometimes tushaanza kuzeeka. Sometimes nikikaa na yeye nasikia gai kidogo nimezeeka. So I had envisioned how that interview will be, and it's so important to our brothers and sisters, especially those who are maybe younger than us, aspiring to be in a great university in this country, but they don't know nenda kampo kudu. Na ndio maana KU Career Week inaanzaga na wao Saturdays. That Saturdays ni siku yenye over 150 schools, high schools have confirmed they will be here. We are talking about over 10,000 students spending the whole day in KU, like an exchange program, like a benchmark. Iyo last mile connectivity huwa inafungua kila mwanafunzi akili. Yeah. I will give you an example and tie it maybe with a friend of mine who passed on yesterday. His name is Aol Matthew Nyamlori. May his soul rest in eternal peace. When we were in high school, we used to come to Kenyatta University every August for Equity Wings to Fly leadership and mentorship program. So we used to spend our day in the amphitheater interacting with KU, and then vacate to our residence, which was Nyayo. So we used to have that experience of how a student in Kenyatta University behaves. How do they conduct themselves when it comes to matters of academics, the leadership style. By then, KU or KUSA politics were so high, vibrant. At the time, bado kulikuwa na tukaa Babu Owino in Sonu. And that period, every August, shaped us into wanting to go to Kenyatta University. And our parents, up to date, have never regretted. Maybe wanashanga hii kampo watu wenda na hawa but you see hiyo ni problem yenye tuko nayo. When other families like on Daily Nation, Odinga family is partnering with Shabal's family, Suleiman Shabal, on 120 billion housing project. Back from where we come from in our communities, our parents are still seeing their children as an investment. I've suffered to take you through education so that one day, one time, utatuokolea. Then you go to campus, umemaliza hakuna kazi.
But that's the important thing of going to campus, because in the previous discussions we've talked about having connections in campus, because Odinga could not be having such a partnership if he had not known a few people, or if he had not been educated or well connected. So it's one thing about going to school, and also another thing about you creating your connections in school.
Wallahi bilai. So that's where KU Career Week comes in. Get to connect all these people. Umesikia ukisema kuhusu connections na mahali zinapatikana. Ni hapo.
Yes.
Campus haikuagi ati class pekee, interact with your lecturer. No, it's even outside world. These lecturers give you projects. These projects are community centered. Tokea, fanya hii, andika thesis. Then tunakupatia cheti.
Yes.
Kuja sasa business leaders. Tumesema unamaliza shule unapata hakuna kazi. Wewe utatengeneza kazi lini? So kingia Career Week unapatana na our business leaders. Wanakuambia si lazima ukae hapo uajiri. You can use your skill kujiajiri na vitu kama hizo. It's so important. So I was eager to hear how the conversation will go with Sylvia Anyango, Consolata Werimo, the Vice President of KU Toastmasters, the Gabas Club, and the chairperson of KU Students Career Week Committee. Yeah, Eric. Eric is also an MC. He's a brand manager. So students interacting with him is a plus. A very good conversation imekuwa hapo hivyo. Na gazeti nazo zinawaka zaidi.
Yes, now we are going to begin with the standard. We are going to begin with politics actually. The return of sycophants. And just to begin, how do you understand these sycophants? Like, not from a political perspective. Now let's understand it from a grammar perspective so that our viewers understand why the Standard is having these big headlines. So we want to understand what are sycophants. And to my understanding, these are people who, I would call them people pleasers. They sabotage themselves to please those who are above them. To your understanding, who are sycophants?
So, sycophants, we've seen them this weekend or over the weekend. The last set of sycophants were seen yesterday on Monday in Mumias. A sycophant is someone who is described by the ex-deputy president Rigathi Gachagua as Kuda Gutume. That was on Sunday in Laikipia during a prayer when he talked of Kuda Gutume. That time he was not even referring to people like Peter Kaluma, Homa Bay Town MP, who is saying that the people of Mount Kenya, there should be a way of excluding them from everything. Ndio waache kufikiria wao pekee ndio wanaweza to share kwa State House. He was just talking about people like Maina Jenga being a gun for hire, being sent. Nenda kimbia. A sycophant does not question. A sycophant would be Boni Halwale if he can't ask a question on hii ndoa yetu na ANC. Tuko wapi sisi? Ama ni tukuje? You know, people fear polygamy. Juu bibi wa pili akiletewa, bibi wa kwanza akiletewa bibi wa pili, badala aone vile wanasaidiana, kitu cha kwanza anaonaga threat.
But it's a threat, you know, talking from a woman perspective, it's a threat.
Pole. Tena hiyo. Sycophant ni mwenye hata uliza huyu mwenye umeleta hapa ni nani. Hata sema wewe unafanya kazi nzuri. SHA inafanya mashinani. SHA yenye Dr. Deborah Barasa in a press conference at her own ministry headquarters, people stormed. Who are these people? We're talking about medical practitioners. We're talking about patients. We're talking about patient mwenye amebeba mtoto mdogo. The scene was so huge in that office such that hadi wafanyakazi wa huko ilibidi wapeane viti. Mama amesimama sana. Tukatai ana complain but amesimama sana. SHA is not working. But sasa akirudi kwa cabinet, what will she tell the president? Will she tell the president of Kenya, President Ruto, SHA is not working? Atamwambia ina work. Ukimwambia ina work na hai work, you are a sycophant.
Yeah, you're sabotaging. And you know, I would side with Peter Salasya, though he's called a psychopath. But but I would side with him. There is this time I was taking my brother to hospital, that is Kenyatta Teaching and Referral Hospital. And luckily, my brother is still under my father's insurance, which is not SHA. So his bills were catered for. But I went further and asked, can my SHA work for me? Do you know what that accountant told me? That accountant told me, for outpatient, it can only work if you're doing CT scan, MRI, those where they're using radioactive rays. That's where it can work. But on these other things, you will have to pay. For inpatient, it will pay for your bed.
Bed?
Yes. It will pay for your bed. And maybe if you're having the CT scan, MRI and all that, that's what it will pay for. But it will not pay for your consultation. It will not pay for your stay in the hospital. It will not. And also, the other thing that he said was, for public servants, it works for public servants. So is this SHA for mwananchi?
Why is it discriminatory?
Yes, that is the question.
Ukifika ni kutoa pesa.
Yes.
The contribution is for everyone. But when it comes for SHA, now to pay in, inakuwa sasa kuna atulipi hii, na kama tutalipia ni hii.
There is a tweet I saw that SHA is like high school. If the fee is 80,000, other expenses is 10,000, school ID is 1,000, SHA will pay for school ID.
School ID. SHA will pay for your bed, not for consultation. Na hizo vitu zote. So if you are not able to tell the president all that, then you are a sycophant. And the Standard talk about return of sycophants. Blind loyalty. Check quality of advice you get. These are the words of Mumias East MP Salasia to President William Ruto if he wished to fulfill his pledges, with the MP claiming men surrounding him tell him what he wants to hear.
And that's true.
No one is willing to tell the king he's naked.
Unless the messenger is killed. You've not had instances where the messengers are killed.
We've seen messengers being killed. Richard Otiono, aka Raymond from Molo, they were calling him president of Molo because of his activism. Do you know what? That even today morning, a fan responded to my WhatsApp status telling me, OJWANG, you should be careful. These people are not merciful. They are out here to finish us. Anasema, OJ car safe. This government doesn't give a damn. Activists are getting nailed, so take care, bro. It's dark in this country of ours. Saja, I take care of you.
And that is quite unfortunate. Coming from a country where we claim we are democratic, and everyone is afraid of airing their views, that is quite unfortunate for a country. And just to connect it with the idea of politicians coming out saying their views, others supporting the president, others not, it has created tension. If you look at page, this is page 4 of the Standard, it says ODM leaders mix signals, fuel confusion over 2027 elections. And you know what is quite unfortunate also is that we have begun campaigns so early that development is going to be on a decreasing trajectory as politics rises.
Yeah, exactly. Since 2022, Kenya has been active politically, not in terms of development, politically. One name has stood out every day, especially on Twitter. The name then must go. It has prominently figured. People have talked about Ruto. ODM leaders mixed signal fuels confusion over 2027 election plans. As you said,
think about their division, others supporting the president, others not. Do you think it's connected to Raila's AUs to create the uncertainty?
It's connected. I was talking with journalists today. Some of them are do editing of the daily news that we bring on board. And they are talking about who is speaking the voice of Raila in ODM. In ODM, and page ya kwanza ya The Standard unapata kuna watu wako hapo hivyo kama kina Peter Kaluma, Junet Mohamed, John Waluke, ambao wanasemekana they are the biggest when it comes to psychophants. We still have another voice, the voice of people like Bob James Orengo, people like Edwin Sifuna, who are telling their party members that please, we are not here to please Ruto. We are here for the people. Orengo told them that ODM remains ODM because it's a movement of the people. Once you turn to be a praise and worship leader of all things, good things and bad things. Hatusemi ati President Ruto doesn't do good things. Anafanya vitu mzuri. So unasikia wakulima wamepewa bonus ya miwa.
For the first time.
Na inalaunchiwa. How do you spend all that cash to go and launch? So hawa watu ODM imekatika mara mbili. Na hii mara mbili, it's only one fabric that is important. Raila Amolo Odinga. So on 26th February, after the elections of AU chairperson, ODM maybe will become ODM again.
Tutajua mbivu na mbichi.
February. Hata hii siasa, unajua tumekuwa tukisema siasa iko. Haijaanza. That's why on the other side unasikia people like the ex-DP Rigathi Gachagua wakisema wana launch chama, hawa launch, tuna launch, hatu launch. It's because wanataka wasome. Tides ziko aje.
Now let's keep on politics, on the dailies, the Daily Nation. Uhuru versus Ruto, Season 2. Gen Z tiff, the recent rapprochement between President William Ruto and his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta has taken on a new twist after public exchange of words cast doubt on their supposed truce, even as the former head of state, Jubilee Party, ruled out rumors of a political deal. What do you think about this push and pull between President William Ruto and former President Uhuru Kenyatta. It has been going on for a long time.
On page 4 and 7, the editor of Daily Nation is talking about a truce. And I'm wondering when we heard about this truce. Sisi tumekuwa tukijua ilikuwa about Tanga versus Kieleweke. That is how all this started, way back after the handshake, 2018. And even rumors are that all this hell broke loose in 2016 when Ruto had tried to convince himself that nasikia kama niko na nguvu ya kubeba huyu mzee 2017. But then akasema tulisema 10 yake, 10 wacha ningoje 10 yangu. But in the middle of the second half of 10, there comes in another person who is Raila Odinga with the famous 2018 handshake. Na hapo hivyo ndo mmoja akasema kitaeleweka, huyo mwingine akasema wacha nitange. From that time we have never heard of a place they came together, the two of them, Uhuru versus Ruto in season 1, at wakaweka truce. What we have seen is a broad-based government, which part of Kenyans are calling bread-based government. Others are saying sininusu mkate, so it's bread-based government. Others are saying that now these people have taken advantage of the Gen Z and the blood that was there during the 25th June na kuendelea protest on anti-finance bill or reject finance bill 2024. That blood gave birth to this government. So they're calling it blood-based government.
Looking at the chronicles of everything that happened in between, it is quite difficult to predict what is next in this country, because one time Gachagua says it is him who was telling me to spread the motion of 1 man 1 vote 1 shilling, spread the gospel of shareholding government. The next minute it is Uhuru Kenyatta who is pushing Gen Zs to go into the streets, or purportedly not pushing Gen Zs not to be patriots. On the other hand, there is a wave of abductions and other leaders are supporting it. On the other end, there is the talk of 2027, how we will win regardless. So the chronicles of events that involve Gen Z has created quite a tension in this country, and I think we are going to know mbivu na mbichi after the AU election.
So tukiingia hapo kwa mbivu na mbichi, there are some truths that may not be true, and we need to engage more with the people of Kenya in a fact-finding mission to know how is this Uhuru versus Ruto, yet we've not had Uhuru maybe vying for presidency. It has all along been Kenya, or the people of Kenya, versus Ruto. About the seasons, we can't talk about them. Anyone who is talking against Ruto for now is talking on a people's side perspective.
That's true.
Ukitaka wewe ufukuzwe kazi, ongea on vitu zinahusu Mkenya na haziendi vizuri kwa serikali. For example, wewe tokea, ongea kuhusu the guilt you've had over time since October when your son was abducted. Wewe utaambiwa ni mbaya. Another person amke asikie UDA na ANC zinaoana sasa.
Wewe ni mbaya.
Wewe uulize kwa hii ndoa sisi tuko wapi? Wewe ni mbaya. So anyone mwenye anaongea from a citizen's side is an opposition. So Uhuru yeye hakuwa hata hakuna mtu alikuwa amemuita. Kenyans have not called on his help. He is there because he is a parent. He is seeing. Na hata mali ametulia, anatulia hivi anashangana, kasichana kangu uko tu hapa ngena wenzako wako huko nje. What are you doing about your life? You fight for your country. In fact, they were at a burial where they are talking about the cousin of the fourth president hapo hivyo kwa watu wote. Hao watu walikuwa wazee wanasema time yetu sisi tulipigania hizi vitu. So nyinyi mbona mkae tu hapo hivyo?
Mbona mkae?
Yeah, and I feel like sisi kama youths tumekuwa place ya kukaa for a very long time. I can confirm to you that a lot of people have never voted. But in 2027, everyone, wallahi, if not 80% of the youth will vote.
Now let's shift gears to a social issue, I know most people don't like to talk about it, you included, where love goes so when mapenzi yanageuka kuwa chumvi.
It's sad. It's sad.
It's sad. And on the Daily Nation, we have the tragic end of 3 women. One man in custody, another on the run, the third dead after taking his own life. The aftermath of 3 murders, all the consequence of love gone sour, leaving the families of 3 women grieving and homicide detectives trying to build a case against the prime suspect. And this case of having the family or having people who are in love, and then it turns so at the end. I mean, it's one thing to talk about it, but it's also another thing to find a way of going past it. So many people say, or psychologists say, that it's a problem where the girl child has been empowered, but the boy child is not empowered to live with the empowered girl child.
The boy child is empowered to empower the girl child, but they don't know how to handle that.
The empowered girl child.
We kept saying we need all female to go to school. We kept saying educate a girl child and you educate the community. But we forgot to empower this man so that he can be able to handle this being that is empowered, so that you stop seeing ladies or women or female as competition and see them as partners, people you can work together, people you can contribute your 50%, my 50% of potential. You're sitting on 50% potential. For example, kitambo wangesema wanawake wakae nyumbani, walee watoto, wafanye nini. But hata huko nyumbani, these mothers, let me call them grandmothers, juu wazazi wetu pia wao wajapata mashamba, but the grandmothers walikuwa wanakaa sana nyumbani. What were they doing? Wao ndo walikuwa wanalima, wao ndo walikuwa wanaensure kuna chakula. Ya tukatai bwana alienda hunting nini, but hapa hivi nani alikuwa na take care of sorghum, kupalilia? It's the ladies. And that means they have 50% potential that could transform this country. I was having a look at the US presidential inauguration yesterday. The 2 co-chairs of the congressional party, that is from Democrats and from the Republicans in Capitol Hill, were ladies. And they did a very good job. They were even funny. But in Kenya, it's tragic. The Daily Nation are calling it tragic. 3 women dead. We are talking about Winnie Akusuha, Lydia Tukesi, Nancy Bonke. Hao wote kwa situations zenye ni tofauti. Na zote zinahusu mapenzi.
But I think one thing, and I know ladies are going to hate me for this, but it's one thing to be empowered, but also from the beginning when God created the man, created man as the head, the emblem of power in the family. But as the women are empowered, they tend to think that they are equal to the ladies. And that's where I believe the problem comes in. It's wrong to kill women. It's wrong to have murder cases surrounding love and all that. But also, as women, as we get empowered, we should always remember that there is the man's ego that needs to be fed. Whether you are the CS of this republic, whether you are the president, your husband remains your husband. And he needs to be held with that respect, lest he become defensive. This situation goes on in South Africa, where most of the time when South Africa got independence very late, so most of the men were fighting for independence as ladies were going to school.
If I'm not wrong.
Yes, as ladies were going to school, the men were fighting for independence. So years later, the ladies are in corporate positions, they are empowered, and the men are home. So that's why in South Africa, there is a lot of rape cases and all those things that deals with femicide and all that. The situation is not that much in Kenya, and we hope it does not get to that. But what we are saying is, as much as we are empowered as ladies, we should always remember that the men are the head.
The solution is in communication.
Yes.
The man is the head. Huko ni kwetu, si ndio? But this woman can be a head outside somewhere. She can be a governor.
Now back to as we conclude
before you allow to me niseme hii because it's
sema ikutoke
wacha initoke. Sawa, I said communication. Sawa. So I was listening to someone encouraging people about sawa, anaambia in Kenya there is a phrase sawa bana. What is sawa bana? Anaambia sawa bana.
Oh God. Si useme sawa bana. Why are you saying sawa?
Even ndivyo walikuwa naisema. Ndio nakwambia it's about communication. So hiyo sawa, maybe huyo jamaa alikuja alisikia tukiongea kuhusu sawa, yeye akateknikila sawa. We talk of when love goes sawa. Sawa gani? Sawa bana ama sawa hii ingine. Na ni lini tunasema kitu ni sawa, ni lini tunafaa kusema nini si sawa. In communication we say that sio lazima. I respect you mama, you respect me. At a point yenye tunafeel hii kitu haiwezi. We are in digital age and 21st century. Si kuna mahali ulitoka. Whenever you go back, your mom will still accept you. Go back. No man has a right to put a scar on your pretty face. It doesn't matter the kind of misunderstandings you have. Kila mtu arudi wapi?
Kwao, nani anakuwa?
Kwao akiwa uhai. Na mwenye hana kwao, basi kuna kila mtu anaweza enda kwao. It's not a must.
Yes.
Just respect each other. Ikipita, kila mtu aende home. Tutapatana next time.
You can also give us your closing remarks because time is not on our side.
Kabisa. My closing remark will be tied on page 30 and 31 of the Daily Nation and page 38 of the Standard. Bob Monroe, bell tolls for towering figure who transformed Kenyan football. I'm talking about a friend, a mentor, a role model, a person that we that come from ghetto, especially in Roysambu where Mathare has stretched. The founder of Mathare United is also the founder of Mathare Youth Sports Association, which is MISA. I got to know MISA because of attending library sessions in Githurai. Ilikuwa ni mpya imetoka Mathare, ndio huyo sasa Bob ameingia huko. Bob ameweza kuaga because of an illness yenye ilimtake 6 months. He was born in 1942 and died in 2025. Bob Monroe, Bob ndo alikuwa anajulikana jina lake Bob. Bob Monroe is the founding director Kenya Premier League 203 and vice chairman 203-206. He was also the chairman 207-209, Vice Chairman Kenyan Football Stakeholders Transitional Committee 204, na vitu mingi tena zaidi yenye mtazamaji akisoma itakuwa sawa. Allow me to give my tribute as I say, may his soul rest in eternal peace.
May his soul rest in peace.
Tukutane na wao on Monday. Nashukuru.
Okay, thank you so much, OJWANG. Now, that has been newspaper review, and thank you so much, dear viewer, for tuning in this morning as we keep you informed, as we keep you educated, and always remember to this week, or it's next week from Saturday, to join Career Week 2025 at Kenyatta University, where you will get insights on businesses, get to meet mentors and every person we may be helpful in your life. And also on our social segment tonight on this newspaper review, we've said that as you get empowered, always remember that communication is key. Communicate effectively. Just because you said something does not mean that the other person understood what you said. Communicate effectively to reduce cases of femicide in the country and in the world. That is it for Biashara Tuesday this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. My name is ANYANGO Sylvia, and with me here is
OJWANG, mtoto wa Mariam, Senior Warrant Officer 1, Luteni Kanali. Kuna quote hapa hivi. Occasionally nifunza kusoma hizo quotes.
We are completing the show. I just gave you your remarks.
Pole. Can cheat, can die.
Just read, msini crucify.
Okay, nisiku crucify huko nje, si ndio? John Edgar Wideman once said that do not fall asleep in your enemy's dream. He is an American novelist. Thank you.
Now with that, see you next week.